We're back again with this guy, the basilisk. Wow. This time we're gonna be doing Dark Souls 3 bosses because I like that game quite a bit. Bam! Here we are. We got all of them. So I decided to set the scene real quick. We got for options. All right. Based on how much these guys look like this guy. All right. Based on how much they look like him, same attack moves, whatever. I guess. Yeah. Resemblance to this guy whatsoever, pretty much. We got number 1, very. The second one, almost. 3, kinda. That's like middle. The fourth one is not really, and 5 is not at all. And then we got the facts down here. Let's go. Oh, it makes sound. I didn't notice that. Let's see, gonna be who's up first? And those icons are quite far away. High Lord Wolnir. He kind of looks absolutely nothing like a basilisk whatsoever. So I'm gonna have to be generous again because again, almost none of these characters look like a basilisk at all. But High Lord Wolnir, you kind of actually are a resemblance to a basilisk. As in, this may be a stretch, but he's a skeleton, and basilisks do a move that crystallizes stuff, which makes them kind of like a skeleton, I guess. I don't know. What I'm looking at here is he moves on his hands and probably his feet if he had some. Just like this. I don't need to keep showing you. There's an image on the side of the screen. Just like the basilisk. Not really. I have to put him in not at all because there's honestly absolutely nothing like basilisk adjacent to him whatsoever. Champion Gunder. Yeah, that's him. Okay, so just bang. Right. Champion Gunder. Actually, very different from Udix Gunder because I'm gonna do Udix Gunder's phase 2. Okay. So, Champion Gunner and a basilisk both kind of had the same color palette going for them. Actually, same color palette, but High Lord one there, so not really. Again, we gotta be very generous here because again, nobody here looks like a basilisk at all. I see one person that looks like a basilisk, but we'll get to him soon enough. Champion Gunder, huh? Champion Gunder. Same color palette. Probably gonna have to go behind High Lord Wolnir. See, there's like absolutely nothing that's resemblance to a basilisk, so I'll put him at the very end. He's teetering on the not at all, by the way. Almost, they're just almost there. Gonna have to put in some lore here too. Champion Gunder has absolutely zero resemblance to Basilisk's lore, so and move and spin again. Is it gonna be? Come on. Is that Midir? Dark Eater Midir. Okay. Dark Eater Midir. Dragon Boy, actually, very similar to a basilisk. Same body structure on all fours with the tail. I realized basilisks have a tail. So that's an error in my last video. So Midir actually also breathes fire, which basilisks breathe a little thing. So yeah, very. Basilisks breathe a like smoke, you know, and Midir breathes fire. That's very similar. A lot of things going for Midir. He's very much like a basilisk. Okay, let's go Midir. May not be the funnest fight in the world. Also, it appears when you press remove and spin again, it doesn't spin for you. First time doing this, everybody. Gotta bear with me here. Who? Who is it? What peasant today? You? The ancient wyvern. The ancient wyvern. Okay. There he is. Okay. Ancient wyvern. Very resemblance to the basilisk. Gonna be behind Midir because I don't think the wyvern breathes fire. I'm not sure. I fought this dude one time, hit him a few times, wham, bam. I'm dealing no damage. I realize there's no fog gate that's keeping me out of here. I run away. I find out, oh, you gotta hit him with a plunging attack to kill him. Okay. You gotta do a whole bunch of other nonsense. So, you run away from him. Twitch. Basilisks run, and they're very funny. I don't know. I don't think he breathes fire. I don't think he does at all. He's got so much health, man. They didn't need to give him fire breath. He might, though. He's a dragon. I'll just, for safety, say he breathes fire. He doesn't have the same color palette as Midir, so he doesn't come close to Midir. Yeah, no. Get back. Like, yeah, okay. The ancient wife. Out of here. Who's up next? Who is it this time, huh? Be a half-life spear of the church so I can get a 0 up in there. Sister Freed! Is this including Freed and Father Arundel? Because basilisks move in packs. Oh, here they are. Okay. I'll include Father Arundel because, again, basilisks move in packs just to raise them a little bit. Which really sets up another person on this list. So Father Arundel does breathe fire for some reason. He has his little teapot lets him breathe fire. Isn't that just fun? But Freed contributes literally nothing at all. So Father Arundel really carried this. I feel like Freed kind of drags him behind. I feel like that's a kinda. Just a little bit. Because again, Father Arundel moves on all fours like a little hyena. But his color palette also kind of resembles that of a basilisk. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say kind of. Freed just drags him back. Freed, dude. W. Arundel. What's going on, man? Spin that one more time. What's your favorite DLC? Mine's probably Ringed City. For Dark Souls 3. That is their DLCs. What's it gonna be? Is that Dancer? The Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Okay. You are right here. Hello. Okay, the Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Okay, kind of grotesque. That's a little basilisky. But not all too much like a basilisk, huh? Definitely not really. Definitely not much like a basilisk at all. Yeah, I have to put him in not really. I put her in not really, because, bro, you don't do anything like a basilisk. She doesn't even really look like one, though. Is that Eldritch? That is very much not Eldritch. That is the Curse-Rotted Greatwood. Curse-Rotted Greatwood. He's a tree. Yeah, he doesn't really do anything a basilisk does at all. He doesn't even look like a basilisk. Like, if a person went on all fours, you could be like, yeah, that's kind of basilisk-like. This guy just sits down. He doesn't go on all fours. He stands up to just to do a little butt slam. That's the only standing he does. He just sits the whole time. So I'm gonna have to put the Curse-Rotted Greatwood in not at all. Curse, but he has curse in the name! And basilisks curse people. Oh my god, he's top of the not at all list. Carried by his name. Because they knew when people fought this boss, they're gonna want to curse him. Because he's really annoying. Get the transpose and kill him. Gotta fight him. Wow. Okay, let's run it. Osiris. Watch this be Osiris. I don't think that's Osiris. I see red. That is the two princes. Two little prince bozos. Okay, they are right here. Okay, the two princes. Yeah, not at all basilisk-like. I guess Lorien does crawl around, so that's kind of what basilisks do, because they're on all fours. But I'm gonna have to put it in not at all. Yeah, actually Curse-Rotted Greatwood because curse in the name. I guess crawling on all fours is way more basilisk-like than the polar opposite of a basilisk over here, but curse in the name! No. Gotta be like this, bro. I don't like you. We need a loser, and who else but the Curse-Rotted Greatwood? Get your out of here, boy. Let's spin it. Let's see another Midir, another, like, clear basilisk here. Big Father Basilisk, new boss in the next Souls game. The Nameless King himself. Okay, the Nameless King. Am I rating him on, the King of the Storm? I guess so, because that's what it is in the picture. I did do Free and Father Arendelle because they are both in the picture, so I guess so, you know, why not? Okay. So. The dragon definitely boosts him up. The dragon boosts him up a lot. You know, actually, I'm gonna put him in almost, but I'm thinking here, right? Bear with me. When I first fought the Nameless King, probably like everyone, when I got into second phase, I was very scared of him. Alright? Like, every attack he does is like, whoa, that almost killed me because he hits so hard. So when you get him low, you're nervous because, you know, one hit is all it takes to just restart the fight with him. He was supposed to be the hardest boss in the game, but then DLC came around and they had to make another hardest boss, and then another DLC, so they had to make another hardest boss. And the hardest boss is still probably Madeira. I don't know. I haven't beaten him yet. I've just fought him like once. I said, oh, hell no. And then we moved on, but I still saw him long enough. I saw his fire nonsense. So, yeah, because I get scared when I see a lot of basilisks, because I don't really want to be cursed all too much. You know, I don't really want to deal with all of... Oops. I don't want to deal with all that. So, you know, they feel the same, you know. Put them up there. The dragon carries a long way. Nameless King without the dragon... Gonna have to be down and not really, you know. But, yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's good. What about you guys? What do you guys think about that? I think he's a lot like a basilisk, just because of the dragon. But let's see what it's gonna be, bro. Is that Osiris? That is Osiris. The Consumed King. Now, this was the man I initially thought looked like a basilisk because, alright, look at this. He crawls on all fours. Does he have a breath attack? I don't know. Maybe. He's very demented, I guess, like a basilisk. He's pretty scary if you just walked into a room and just saw him just chilling. You'd be like, hey, what's that all about? You know, if you saw Basilisk, you'll be like, what the hell? I guess... I really don't know if he has a breath attack or not. It might have just been magic he used. He used magic in the first phase. Second phase, he goes full bonobo mode up in you. So I'll have to put him... I'll put him in almost, actually, yeah. Almost is a very fitting word for him. He's almost like a basilisk. That's just me, though. Wherever you want to put Udic Gundar, put him wherever. I put Osiris there. Let's see what it's gonna be. Okay. Just looking at what's down there. This wheel's going very slowly. I don't know why it's got the endurance for this right now. It was that... That is the Demon Prince. That is a Demon Prince. Is that the... I think that might be after you beat the Demon Princes and have just the Demon Prince. Who is this? Is that the old Iron King from Dark Souls 2? I don't know. I think they ranked them. I think these are supposed to be the same person. I think they put like Demon of Her or in Demon of whatever it was and Demon Prince as two different ones. The two different phases pretty much. They put them as two different characters for some reason. I don't know why. Like looking at this, I think that's another demon. I think this is Demon Prince and this is Phase 1 Demon. I don't know. I could reverse image search those, though, to find out. I'll just rank them the same, because they're literally just the same dude. Okay, the Demon Princes. I don't think they have Fire Breath now, thinking about it, yeah. I'd say they're very basilisk-y. I'll put them in almost. Just, oops. Almost like a basilisk, you know? Could just, like, use, like, a few tweaks here and there. Like a different color palette. That's why the Ancient Wyvern's up there. And this dude, too, is blue, you know? Our homeboy, he's a little bit, like, greenish. A little greenish... grayish, I guess. That dude, not at all. He's red. Pontiff Sullivan is up next. Pontiff time. Who is that? Looking like a Lawrence from Bloodborne. Pontiff Sullivan. This guy's gonna go low. Pontiff, brother. Really? When it comes to a basilisk, you go kind of low. Not gonna lie. Pontiff, man. Not really, dude. Yeah, back there. Yeah. He just has swords and stuff. I'll just put him in not at all. He's not at all like a basilisk, nothing like him. He does have the color palette though, I guess, but I don't know what I'm rating here with the not really and not at all. They're both not at all resemblance, but I'm giving mercy to a few of them by putting them in not really because, again, we need to be, like, generous here because, again, absolutely nobody looks like a basilisk at all except for Madeira. So, I'll just leave him there. I don't know. You can put him wherever you want. Bam. If you don't like my opinion, make your own. That's the old Demon King! I completely forgot he existed for a second time. My Dark Souls 3 playthrough, I forgot about him. Also hyped to see Irithel, you know? That's Udix. Udix Gundar in Phase 2, just look at him, bro. He has very resemblance of a basilisk, actually. But that big ol'... The big ol' head over here, the Man of Pus. The Pus of Man, it's called. It boosts him quite a bit. I'll put him in kind of, though. He could use a few tweaks, though. He just has claw attacks in that phase. The mouth doesn't really do much. He gains a claw attack, and then he just uses his halberd again. Not that big of a deal. Not at all, bro. That's a mage. Watch it be Vort of the Boreal Valley next. Can't believe it. Who do you think it's gonna be? I think it's gonna be Vort. Look, it's gonna stop. Okay, it's going to stop. If you guessed Old Demon King, you were right, because it's the Old Demon King. Where'd I put Old Demon King? Probably right next to the others up here. Wait, no, okay. I don't really care. They're basically like the same. They have like the same body. There's like absolutely no difference. Actually, these two crawl on all four. You don't! Little wannabe. It's Eldritch. Eldritch time. Where did I put Gwendolyn on the last list? I think I put Gwendolyn relatively low. But Eldritch, it's kind of like a step up. It's like Gwendolyn and a half, pretty much. Because the little body, you know? It's kind of like... I'm just gonna be honest here. Absolutely nothing like a basilisk at all. Like, not at all. It's just not it. We chose the wrong animal. Brother chose a snake when he was supposed to be one of these. Like, jeez, dude. Look at that, bro. Nobody here has, like, fake eyes like Manus did. Manus, you look at his face, those little red dots, you're like, hey, those could be his eyes, but they're not, man. Let's spin it. I feel like Champion's Gravetender and the Great Wolf, or whatever. I feel like they could be relatively high up in here. The Abyss Watchers, bro. The goats are here. If this was a fun list, absolutely top of the list, though, but it's not. So, we do about the Abyss Watcher situation. Gonna be honest here, they're not like a basilisk at all. I can't even make a comparison. They're just not like them. For characters that have I can't make a single comparison for, we'll go not at all. Yorm the Giant. Everybody's favorite guy. Big ol' Yorm. Everybody's best friend. Alright, Yorm, where are you going? I gotta think about this one. Kind of similar color palette. Absolutely nothing like a basilisk whatsoever. Yeah, not up here. Not really that good at all. I see one character on here that I see a very clear resemblance to, but you probably don't know who that guy is. One of these guys looks just like it has a lot of similarities to a basilisk. We'll get to them at some point. It's not who you're expecting, by the way. I thought of this before I started this video. I thought actually that guy's very, very similar to a basilisk. Now, who's up? The Soul of Cinder. Look at him. He's so cool. Oh my god. But is he cool in the eyes of a basilisk? Not really. No, not really like a basilisk at all. No. I'll be nice to him. I'll give him some cool points. Psych, bruh. Get your... Actually, similar color palette goes up here, because that's just the closest we can get. Again, like, all of these four would be down here if I wasn't being nice about this, so we gotta be a little bit kind here. Get your eye out here. Who is it gonna be next? It is Champion's Grave Tender. No, the Crystal Sage. Sage the Page, they call him. The Crystal Sage. Just a similar color palette, that's it, dude. We got out of gold, which were these guys, man. These guys had a good argument. These guys got nothing. Man, we do have some pretty promising people up ahead. I see three that I'm actually very promised about. I see one curveball, though. That's it. Alright, get you out of here. Nor Yorm, dude. Like, oh my god, nobody... I went into this knowing there's less beast-like bosses. Like, Bloodborne, this will be kind of easier because there's more beasts. Half-Light, Spear of the Church. Now this one's a bit of a curveball, because this is like you're fighting a person, you know. It like summons in a player and you two fight. You know what I'm talking about? How it picks that person, I don't know. Maybe you gotta be in the Covenant. But whatever it is, yeah. Like, this is a wild card. This is like Mimic tier, really. This could be high or low, depending on what your character looks like, what your attacks are. I'll have to put it in kinda, just the middle of the road, because that is, again, very player adjacent. It could be just like some random dude could either look exactly like a basilisk or the polar opposite, you know. It's a very big toss-up with Half-Light Spear of the Church. So I'll have to put him in the middle, you know? That would be like where Mimic tier would land on any tier list, just in the middle. Appearance tier list, that is. Mimic tier, I think, is a cool concept. Or you fight yourself, like, who's it gonna be? Who's gonna be Dragon Slayer armor? The armor without the dude. Wow. Can't believe it, man. It's really him. One of my top 3 favorite bosses when I first played the game. The dragons in the arena add to this fight because they have breath attacks. But besides that, nah, man, not really, like at all. All these last 4 guys, though, I'd say have some redeeming factor to them. You know, just trust. I'll find something I can compare them to a basilisk. Trust me with that. Gale, now thinking about it, probably absolutely nothing. Is that Vort? It's Vort. Everybody looking at this video is thinking, okay, Vort's gotta be an S tier, right? And I would agree. Vort is very high on this list. So, step 1, he moves on all 4s. Step 2, he has a breath attack. Step 3, very similar color palette. That is 3 things. Is that a very? That's either very or almost. I don't know. I'll put it in almost just because he's a little human-y, you know? We had only one very in the Dark Souls 1 video, though. So, like, I feel like that should be, you know, like, these guys are animals, you know? All dragons. For it, he's just a dude. He may be a little misplaced, but, you know, he's still a guy. You know, I don't know what Pontiff was possibly doing to Vort to get him to end up like that, and the dancer, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel like almost is a very good place for him. We're gonna have some hitters here. Very basilisk like. Is it the Deacons of the Deep, bruh? It's gonna be. Why is this wheel so slow? Just stand the wheel, bro. It's Gale. Yeah, it's the Slave Knight Gale himself. Alright. Slave Knight Gale, where are you going? Gotta think about this one. Gale. Dang, dude. Yo, I'm gonna have to put Gale low because there's like almost nothing like a basilisk. He has a somewhat similar color palette, I'll give him that. In his arena, it's kind of like a basic terrain, but I'd have to put in everybody's arena on where you find and actually find a basilisk, which is in like the weirdest places for some reason. I'm not doing arenas. Hell no, it's just the bosses, please. You little gear. I'm gonna keep him there, not really. I think that's good. Grave Tender's Champion Wolf, or whatever the hell the name is. Let it be that. Let it be that dog. It's gonna be the dog. Okay, what's up, dog name? Bam. Alright. You. Okay, so the Grave Tender knocks points. The Great Wolf adds points. The Grave Tender does have, like, the guy has some magic. He can pull out a wand, or a staff, whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, I don't think he's that much like a basilisk. Like, that magic he does isn't very basilisk adjacent. The dog is kind of basilisk adjacent because he's like the wolf. So he's kinda like a basilisk. What do you mean kinda is spelled wrong, bro? Is there another way to spell? I don't think so, bro. It's not letting me spell this. It's not letting me spell. Bruh! Okay. Deacons of the Deep. Where are we gonna put the Deacons of the Deep? I also want to say the Grave Tender Great Wolf dude was, I see it's really hated online. I didn't hate him that much. I feel like they could have done it way worse. The Deacons of the Deep, this is our wild card. This one, hear me out. You may not notice it, but the Deacons of the Deep have a move that can curse you. And they're in a pack. Basilisks move in packs. See that? That's two similarities off the top of my head. I'm gonna put him top of kinda, okay? We're top of the kinda category, okay? Could be almost like a basilisk because whenever you hit him, that always makes them flop over, you know? I don't know. The Deacons, they're very weak. I feel like they're the most easily no-hittable boss because you just bring a bow, it's over. You bring a bow or just use magic in general, you're gonna no-hit them because they need to walk over there. They're very old and slow. They're very weak. Basilisks, though, are a little tanky. More tanky than the Deacons, for sure. Huh. Yeah, I'd have to say I feel like that's good. Yeah, they're kind of like a basilisk. Could be a little bit more. A wild card for sure. Because they do have a move that can curse you. It's just very rare they do it. So, that'll be my list. Would I move some things around? Sure. Do I want to? No. Okay. I got Madeira at number 1. The Curse Rod of Greatwood at number... however many bosses there are. This symbol has 26 images. Well, I guess he's number 26 then, huh? Number 25, actually, because, again, these two are literally the same boss. Okay, so... that would be my list for Dark Souls 3 bosses on how much they look like a basilisk. If you still didn't know what we're doing, I don't know how you made it this far. But that's it. That's what I gotta say. I feel like this is a very good tier list. I'm pretty proud of it, you know. Maybe I should get some people higher. A lot more than I thought. I think this is higher than the Dark Souls 1 video. I don't know, though. I have to take a look at that. But, yeah. That's my list on how much Dark Souls 3 bosses, on how much it looked like a basilisk. What are your tier list looks like? You know, I don't know. Maybe you have a reason for the Twin Princes to be in Very. Could be. But that's all this nonsense. Some of these guys need to go down there, but I don't want it to be like all. I don't want it to be like back here and not at all. So we'll have to do that. Okay. So that's gonna be it. Bye bye.